What's going on, guys? Drew here, and welcome to my first episode of my first save on FM18. Today, this series, we're going to focus on Central Coast Mariners in Australia. I've dabbled a few times with these in the past before. I've had quite a lot of fun as well. Then decided to make a YouTube save. So, FM18 came out like a couple of days ago. I think it was a couple of days ago, last week. So the full game's not released until like 9 days. So that'll be fun. And I think it's next Friday. Is it next Friday? Might be next Friday? Yeah, it's next Friday. Anyway, I'm going to delve into the save. Just going to do like little squad. Look at the squad. And stuff like that. So Central Coast Mariners hire Vane as manager in a move being dubbed as a massive surprise by many. That Central Coast Mariners board have named Drew Vane as their manager. Drew being me. You have no manager, English manager, whose first game in charge will be against Brisbane War on the Wednesday, 2nd of August 2017, has never taken charge of a team before. Despite this, Vane has declared that he is not intimidated by the challenge at Central Coast Stadium and is looking forward to proving his credentials. I'd like to formally welcome you to Central Coast Mariners. Cheers, Sean. The board hope you're able to ignore the media's claims that you're too experienced for this job. In terms of your contract with the club, you have been given a deal until May 2018 with £2,000 a week, so it's basically a year-long deal. Assistant manager Ivan Jolic is responsible for offloading players that you've placed on unwanted list, and head of youth development Wayne O'Sullivan will look to learn out those placed on the development list. Fair enough, let's take the first meeting. Hi Drew, welcome to the Mariners. I'd like to have a few minutes of your time to welcome you to the club before handing you over to your assistant manager, who's going to discuss staff responsibilities with you. I just want to assure you have the full backing of the board, and we wouldn't have hired if you didn't feel you were the right person to propel the club forward. Great to get things started. Central Coast Mariners have been around for a while, and I think it would be a good idea for me to raise yourself. That sounds like a great idea. As mentioned in your welcome message, the club have no philosophies. I have some philosophies of my own. It's traditional to hold a press conference when signing a new manager. Yes, do a press conference. Thanks for asking the question. Thank you. Hold your arm, Ivan. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Yes. No. None of the tasks. Awesome. Transfer update. Got Thomas Glover on loan for the whole season. English goalkeeper. 19-year-old from Spurs. Looks good. Really, really good. Better than anything I've got already. Clean bill of health. No one's injured. It's awesome. I've taken the time to explain some of the high-end days, A-League's contract rules. So, as to ease your introduction into the Central Coast Mariners, job players on designated contracts are exempt from the salary cap. The board will determine whether a player is deemed to be sufficient quality to warrant designated designation. Clubs have a maximum of 2 designated slots available to him. If a player is aged 23 or younger and holds citizenship, they may also qualify for homegrown status should they be signed from the club's own youth team or from Australian Centre Excellence. So that's ACO, ACE. Fair enough. Combined homegrown wages up to a maximum of £1,700 per week are exempt from salary cap. For teams based in New Zealand, these rules also apply to players of New Zealand nationality. Clubs can also sign one guest player per season that can play up to 27 consecutive matches in a regular season. So basically someone like Frank Lampard or Steven Gerrard, someone like that, David Villa. These players can play in the finals too, provided they have played at least 4 matches in regular season, still at the club when the regular season is still over. Guest players are also exempt from the salary cap and don't need to be registered in the A-League squad. I suppose that designated players, the board will determine whether a player is deemed to be sufficient quality to warrant a guest player contract. On top of these, clubs can sign one mature age rookie. These players must be 21 years old or must be signed from a non-professional Australian club and must have never played in the A-League before. Interesting. Interesting. So, good right back. Good central defenders. Midfielders, these are basically good quality players. Depth isn't that big. No youth prospects. probably need another goalkeeper. Might need another left back. No leadership. Got not really good jumping, passing, teamwork. Brilliant. Awesome. Fantastic. So I need to improve the whole squad basically. Oh, hello. In order to help you get started on reshaping the squad you have inherited, I wish to draw your attention to the scouting centre. From there you can set your preference. My preference is basically scouting centre. Right, I'm awful at this. I'm so bad. Assignments. So we basically need staff. We basically need a scout. Who's the best one on it? Is it going to be Peter Mead? Okay, scout. Got him. Easy. Right. That being said, let's get into the tactic. We'll get into the tactic, right? So the tactic I'm going to use is one I've been using already. It's this. Okay. Oh, I've got to sneeze in a minute. I've got to sneeze. No? Okay, awesome. Okay. Thomas Glover is easily our best goalkeeper, so he's going to be playing. Tom Heelage. Is there any rules like for foreign players or anything like that? Because he's Dutch, right? And Barrow is Spanish, I believe. Is he Spanish? He's Spanish. Yeah. £5. Pay £5 for him. Bloody hell. Anthony Gollock. He's also going to be a central defender. I'm better off playing bloody you. And right back is going to be Storm Roux. Fullback is going to be Joshua Rose. Deep line playmaker is going to be Walt Brahma. See that? Another Dutch player. Is there any rules on like foreign players? Because I remember last couple of times I played in Australia, you're allowed to like sign like 4 foreign players, something like that. Is there any rules about that at all that I'm missing? So like another foreign players, at least 4 or 5 foreign players here, non-Australian players. I don't know if I missed anything. Advanced forward is going to be Blake Powell. So that's effectively going to be our starting 11. I believe I was not that bad. He's not clinical either. Shelford Days, Australian. Again, not clinical. Trent, got a bit of potential, but he's not clinical. Who's our clinical players? Do we have any like strikers last season who could score goals? Do we have any players? Josh Bingham, is he's basically our best player. He's effectively our best striker, or the only striker we've got. So defense is pretty solid. Midfield is okay. We need a ball-winning midfielder. Daniel De Silva, wasn't he like really highly rated? Was that this kid? I swear, yeah, he was really highly rated. I swear he was this kid. Who's the one that Palmer signed? Oh, bollocks. That's our starting line. It's not the best. It's not the worst. So we look at the league table. Who won the league last season? It was Sydney FC. Sydney, hands down, have got a really good squad. Like Matt Simon used to play for Central Coast Mariners. 41 goals in 151 games. He's a good player. He's experienced. Bobo looks right. Must be Spanish, Brazilian. Oh, he done well last season. It's a good finish. Good player. They have got some decent players. Like, out of everyone I've seen, all the players I've seen, I don't know if there's like one player that's going to be like that. We got any players here? Like key players. Ersin Gulam, I think he's Turkish. Oh, shock horror. So like, he's a good player. He's a good player as a defender. I'm just going to look through all their players. Look at the players. Oh, okay. Melbourne City, Tim Cahill. You know, he's going to rip it up. 37 years old. He's not going to last forever or whatever. But he's a good player. 137 league goals. So he's like prolific. That's the thing about Tim Cahill. He's not prolific. Mark Milligan, 31 years old. He still do a job. He can do like a job in half decent league. Ronald Vargas, he's alright. But apart from this, there's not one player who you would say is like really clinical. if you know what I mean. Who could really clinical striker like Dario Vidicic is a really good player. Diego Castro, 34 years old. He's not that bad. He's not that bad. Again, he's not clinical. There's no players here that are classed as like clinical strikers or anything like that. Jake McGinch, he's gone downhill massively. I remember he was one of my highly rated players last season. Andrew Hall, it's decent. Okay, so we sorted our stats team. We sorted our first team. That's effectively what the first part of this episode is going to be. Just looking for the team. I'm going to do that. I'm going to upload this to the YouTubes, and then maybe tomorrow I'll go on my first game against Brisbane Roar, the FFA Cup. Is it FFA Cup? No, anyone who's good at like A-League, especially with the new rules, you know, gives a hint, gives them help. Apart from that, guys, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Peace.